Right, bringing you back to the transfer news, we've got Michael Bridge with us now. Right, let's talk Man United. Are they edging closer to getting their second signing of the summer then?
Well, there was a development last night, Hayley. They've made an improved offer of more than £60 million for Bryan Mbeumo. We know they had a bid rejected a few weeks ago, around £45 million plus £10 million in add-ons. We will wait to see if this latest offer will be enough to prize a player away who was absolutely phenomenal under Thomas Frank last season. But Thomas Frank, maybe being the key name there, he's no longer going to be the Brentford head coach, of course. He is at Tottenham. Tottenham showed interest, but it does look like if Brentford accept that offer, he will be heading to Old Trafford. And what a season he had last season. We talk about the lack of goal threat from Manchester United under Ruben Amorim last season. He really wants to add to that attacking front line. Of course, they've got Matheus Cunha coming in, but 20 goals last season is ever so impressive. Expected assists first as well. He got 7 assists in the end last season, so a phenomenal season for him for Brentford. Can he match those numbers at Manchester United? If he joins the club, we'll wait and see. Yeah, because we did think maybe he could be linking up with, of course, Thomas Frank. He could have been going to Tottenham. They wanted him, but who can they maybe turn their attentions to? Well, there's certainly some real talent still Tottenham are looking at. He was one of a number of players Spurs have discussed ahead of the new season. Anton Semenyo is one name we know that as a player they like. Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace is a player they also like as well, and with reason. He's been absolutely phenomenal for Crystal Palace over the last few seasons. Starring role in the FA Cup final. Look, it's not going to be easy to prize away Eze from Crystal Palace. They've just won the FA Cup. It looks like they should be in Europe now under Oliver Glasner, so we'll wait and see. Is it around 65, 70 million to prize him away? But nothing developing massively yet at the moment, but we know it's a player of interest to them. OK, good to know. Right, can you bring us up to date with what's happening with Jordan Henderson and his future? Yeah, really interesting one, this. We brought you this a few hours ago here on Sky Sports News. Now, one of our producers doing the perfect shot here, England training, because he needs a great season to secure his place in Thomas Tuchel's World Cup squad. Maybe that was the biggest surprise when Thomas Tuchel picked his first squad, because you know, he's around 35 years of age now. He was in and out of the Ajax side. Now, what we do know is that he has a clause at Ajax that he's allowed to leave the club on a free transfer, and Marseille and Roberto De Zerbi are keen to take him. So that's one certainly to keep an eye on. OK, that is. Kepa Arrizabalaga switching Chelsea for another London club then. What's happening with Kepa? Where's he going to go? Yeah, it looks like Kepa is on his way to Arsenal. These two London clubs do a lot of business over the years. And it looks like Kepa, who's going to fight for the number one place for David Raya if that move does go ahead. Arsenal had Neto on loan from Bournemouth last season. He'll be back at Bournemouth. And Kepa, of course, who spent last season on loan at Bournemouth, looks like he's heading to Arsenal from Chelsea with this £5 million release clause. We understand he's in London this week to finalise that transfer. Oh, OK, thank you very much. I tell you what, just staying here at the moment and staying with, in fact, Chelsea, because they are looking at signing several players this summer, with the club hoping to add a winger and a centre-back ahead of the new Premier League season. Our chief correspondent, Kaveh Solhekol, has the latest on their potential business.
Chelsea are pressing ahead with a move to sign Jamie Gittens from Borussia Dortmund. Of course, earlier this month, they made a £42 million offer for him, but that bid was rejected by Dortmund, and the two clubs couldn't agree a deal before the first window of the summer closed on the 10th of June. Now, as we reported at the time, Gittens is still a priority target for Chelsea. Both clubs, Chelsea and Dortmund, are out here in the US playing in the Club World Cup, and talks are continuing and ongoing. The player himself is still keen to move to Chelsea, and he was actually an unused substitute in Dortmund's game against Mamelodi Sundowns in Cincinnati on Saturday. Now, Chelsea will sign at least one winger this summer. Garnacho at Manchester United still remains a target as well. They considered making a move for him in January, but a deal couldn't be agreed. He's now been told that he can leave Manchester United, and he was not in the squad for their final Premier League game of the season against Aston Villa. And a couple of days ago, he posted a picture of himself on social media wearing an Aston Villa shirt with Marcus Rashford's name on the back. Meanwhile, Christopher Nkunku, the Chelsea forward, was a United target in January. There were talks held between intermediaries. He will definitely, I think, leave Chelsea this summer, and he hasn't played for them in this Club World Cup. He almost moved to Bayern Munich in January. A deal couldn't be agreed. Of course, Chelsea signed him 2 years ago for £52 million from RB Leipzig. He still has 4 years left on his contract. So could we potentially see a swap deal involving Garnacho and Nkunku? One moving to Chelsea, one moving to United. I'm not so sure, because in the era of PSR and FFP, swap deals really don't make much financial sense.
So the window is really starting to hot up. We've got it all covered. A reminder, the transfer show returns on Friday, 7 p.m, right here on Sky Sports News.